Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Pizzelli coming to you live from the press box here at Gaudette Field, where we have women's lacrosse on tap. Today, the 2-2 Seahawks take on the 0-4 Eastern Connecticut Warriors. The Seahawks last played on Wednesday, earning a 13-3 victory over Husson on a cold and rainy afternoon. Senior Grace Kelly tallied 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists to lead the Seahawks to victory. Junior Sarah Woods added 4 goals as well as the Seahawks held a 12-0 advantage in the game until midway through the second half. Senior Josephine O'Reilly needed just 9 saves to earn her second win of the season and for Salve, Regina. The Warriors come to town still searching for their first victory of this young season. Eastern Connecticut State recently fell to MIT on Tuesday 17-6. Senior Erin Kahn led the Warriors with 4 goals, while freshman Taylor Emerson made 11 saves in net for ECSU. This is the 7th meeting between these two programs, with the Warriors holding a 4-2 edge all time. Salve looks to extend its 2-game winning streak in the 4th game of this 7-game homestand. We'll have starting lineups, the anthem, and the opening draw next. So we're going to meet the visiting Eastern Connecticut State Warriors. Starting off number 1, Meg Aramita, junior attack, 5'5", from South Windsor, Connecticut. Number 7, from Flushing, New York, Romaria Ricobono, freshman midfielder, 5'4". Then at midfield, freshman, 5'6", from Summers, Connecticut. Number 8, Karen Trescott. Number 9, Olivia Mullen, junior at midfielder, 5'2", from Bethel, Connecticut. She's followed by Finley Ahern, senior defensewoman, 5'3", from Wallingford, Connecticut, number 10. Then number 11, Ashley Wolk, senior midfield, 5'3", from Barrington, Rhode Island. Number 13, Nicole Fretz, freshman midfielder, 5'4", from Newington, Connecticut. Number 14, Nicole Shinto, freshman midfielder, 5'1", from Stratford, Connecticut. Erin Kahn, senior attack, 5'9", from Morches, New York. Number 21, in net for the Warriors, Taylor Emerson, freshman goalie, 5'0", from Colchester, Connecticut. Number 22, Kelsey Burkhard, a senior attack, 5'9", from Old Saybrook, Connecticut. And then rounding out the starting lineup for the Warriors, number 26, Devin Doran, freshman midfielder, 5'7", from South Kingstown, Rhode Island. The head coach of Eastern Connecticut is Christine Hutchinson. In her 8th year, she is 70-59 all time. And Erin Kahn, who just ran out onto the field, is the leading goal scorer for this Warrior club. And now we'll meet the starting lineups for Salve, Regina. And we'll first meet number 3, Jacqueline Pilati, freshman defense, 5'8", from South Winds, Connecticut. And then number 5, Amanda Lakett, 5'4", defenseman, freshman, from South Hadley, Mass. And then number 9, Gina Tortorici, 5'1", midfield, junior, from Deer Park, New York. And number 12, Abigail Tepper, midfield / attack, 5'5", sophomore, from Foxborough, Mass. And then number 15, Courtney Moulton, 5'3", freshman on attack, from Merrimack, New Hampshire. And 5'2", sophomore, from Situate, Massachusetts, Erin Gerard at 1D. And junior from East Lyme, Connecticut, the leading scorer for the Salve Regina club, number 21, Sarah Woods at defenseman. And she's, as you would say, an offensive defenseman. She spends a lot of time in the offensive zone. She's followed by number 22, Kayla Sheehan, 5'5", from senior from Pomfret, Connecticut. Then a junior from Upton, Mass., 5'5", defense, Mary Ashley Donnellan. And then at midfield from Auburn, New York, the 5'2 senior Grace Kelly. And then in net for Salve, Regina, Josephine O'Reilly, goalkeeper, 5'7 senior from Middletown, Rhode Island. And then finally Carly Melanzak, 5'6 senior from Sayville, New York. Salve Regina is coached by Jennifer Foster. She is in her 8th season at the helm. We'll now have the national anthem and then draw control at midfield. So players getting set for draw control at midfield. Today here at Gaudette Field, it's sunny, unlike it was on Wednesday, but it's in the mid-30s and pretty windy out there on the field. So aside from a week ago here where it was 60 degrees and beautiful, have been less than ideal conditions for lacrosse, but it does not matter. The players take the field and draw control almost underway at midfield. 30 minutes on the clock. The referee's hand is in the air. And draw control at midfield. We are underway. Ball loose on the ground and still loose on the ground, being fought for and finally controlled by Salve Regina. Being held now in the defensive end, trying to move it forward. ball bounces, and Grace Kelly takes it at the 40. And she'll try and race in on her own into the offensive end. Grace Kelly, who had 3 goals and 3 assists last game for a total of 6 points. And Sarah Woods with it, moves to the left. Sarah Woods, the leading goal scorer on this team. Seahawks just holding up at the point, trying to set up a good shot. Move to the left now. Charging to the arc, backing in, turning out. Abigail Tepper. Moves it back to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly holding there. Kelly moves to Melanzak. Melanzak to her left as the winds pick up here at Gaudette Field. Now the ball comes behind the net. Courtney Moulton holds there. Moves back to Melanzak. Seahawks being shut off and lose control of the ball, but loose on the ground now and picked back up by Melanzak. Melanzak with the ball behind the net. Moves to the left corner. Sarah Woods holding there. Moves back to Grace Kelly. Kelly cradling. Trying to work her way strong on the right. Feeds middle. Shot on goal. And she scores. Looked like she scored. No call yet from the refs. Looks like they wave off the shot. Instead, they call a penalty. Instead, the Seahawks take the ball on the left side. Melanzak moves to Grace Kelly. Kelly spinning to her left. Now shooting on goal. Blocked away. Ball loose on the ground and a foul on the Seahawks, so it'll be Warrior ball. 27 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the first half. Warriors with their first offensive possession of this half. Feed to the far right corner. Holding there is Erin Kahn, the leading goal scorer of this team. Kahn moves behind the net. Coming back out to the left side to Nicole Shinto. They move it back to the point now. Back to the left side. Now Kahn again in the corner. Warriors holding behind the net. Looking for cutters. DDD pass behind the net. Faking a pass and going back behind the left side of the net. Warriors is playing the behind the net game, trying to look for someone coming open in the middle, but Seahawks are doing a good job of shutting off all of those open lanes. Now charging the right side. Passes back behind the net. Still holding there is Kahn. Kahn moves back behind the net to Meg Aramita. Aramita around. Shot in front. Blocked and saved by O'Reilly. Seahawks with the ball now. Amanda Lakett moves up to Melanzak. Melanzak gets bumped. The ball's loose on the ground. Still loose on the ground, and it's finally scooped up by Moulton. Moulton whacked at, has the ball go out of bounds, but they call a foul, so it'll be Seahawk ball still. 0-0 the score here with 25 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first half. Ball comes up ahead to Grace Kelly at the 20-yard line, and she moves into the offensive end. On the far right-hand corner, just inside the arc. Now trying to take up position behind the net. Kelly back to Moulton. Moulton holding. Far right corner. Cradles there. Moves to Sarah Woods. Woods fakes to her right and back to her left. Comes to the point. Regina Tortorici holds. Tortorici to her right. Now spinning. Reverses. Back to her left. Backing back out. Good shutoff defense there by the Warriors. They come to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly trying to feed middle. Comes there to Tortorici. Has the ball slapped at. It's loose on the ground. Finally picked up by the Warriors. And now the Warriors have the ball. Moving far up the right far side of the field. Sprinting at the 50-yard line. Now stopping at the 30. Reversing and trying to feed middle. They come to Aramita. Aramita. Holding, reversing, now feeding behind the net, circling in front, trying to shoot but losing control of the ball was Khan, and it's scooped up by the Seahawks. A foul was called on the ball, and it'll be Seahawk ball. Foul coming with 24 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the first half, and still a nothing game. Pass comes to Amanda Lakett, and she will cross midfield. Gina Tortorici, rather, and she's at the 30-yard line. Passes up ahead to Melanzak at the 10. Melanzak will take up position behind the net. Melanzak comes to the Sarah Woods at the point. Sarah Woods charging in the middle, trying to cradle, loses the ball, still loose on the ground in front of the net, and scooped up by Emerson. Emerson holding the ball, looking for a clear. She comes to a clear to the right-hand side. Warriors in their defensive zone trying to clear to midfield. Ball comes to Ashley Walk. Walk will take it herself. Pass loose on the ground. Slapped at. Ball still loose on the ground. Seahawks fighting for it, but Meg Aramita comes away with it, and she's on the left-hand side of the field now, trying to take up position behind the net. Seahawks set their defense. And in recent games, the Seahawks, haven't had to play a ton of defense. They've spent most of the past 2 games in the offensive zone. And when they did have to play defense, they did a good job of shutting off the open lanes and not even allowing many shots on goal. And when there were shots, they gobbled up the rebound and were able to get right back on the attack. So far this game, though, the Warriors on the attack more. Almost 8 minutes gone in the first half and still no score. Circling behind the net is Walk. Pass out is loose on the ground but scooped back up. That was Devin Duran with it. Now they move to the point to Nicole Fretz. Fretz's pass goes wide but it's scooped up behind the net by Aramita. All the players cleared out, basically to the right-hand side, isolation here. Pass comes in front, Cradling looking for an open shot, being bumped, ball loose on the ground, and a foul being called. Looks like it's going to stay Warrior ball. Karen Trescott took a pass from behind the net, charged in front, didn't have an open lane, but then got bumped and fouled, and she takes up free position here. Trescott shoots on net just wide, and it goes out of bounds. Aaron Kahn with it. Moves to Aramita. Back up to Fretz. Fretz holding there. Goes to the other point. Trescott with it. Trescott inside the arc. Ducks the shoulder. Drives to her left. Now spins back to her right. Trescott will back up now to the point. Feed to the far right-hand corner. Holding there's Kahn moving back to Fretz. Fretz cradling, looking for an open lane. Move to Ashley Walk. Walk fakes to the left, now drives strong to her right. Pass behind the net. Trescott holding there. Cradling, moving in front, shooting. Saved by O'Reilly. O'Reilly all over that move by Ashley Walk. O'Reilly, a good 5-6 yards out of her net now, will clear to the left-hand side. And the Seahawks, who have dominated time of attack in the past 2 games, have been finding themselves having to play a lot of defense here early, almost 10 minutes gone, spending most of the time in their own end. Ball loose on the ground in the offensive end, fighting for it behind the net. Still fighting for it. No one in control of the ball. It's just loose behind the net, and finally the Warriors come up with the ball. But that's slapped at, loose in the ground in front, scooped up again by the Warriors. Players collide at midfield, and finally a whistle is called, and they call Warriors ball. .48 to play here in the first half. 0-0 the score. Salve riding a 2-game winning streak. Meanwhile, this Warriors team desperate for their first win of the season. They clear to midfield with Kahn. Paige Snyder, rather, and she gets into the offensive end and is tripped up and hits the deck hard. Paige Snyder, 5'8" freshman from East Lyme, Connecticut, making what I believe to be her first appearance in this game. With 19 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the first half, still 0-0 the score. Snyder moves over to the right-hand side to Fretz. Fretz passes behind the net. Aramita holding there. Aramita in the middle, shooting, blocked, and saved by O'Reilly. And they clear to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moves up ahead to Sarah Woods. Woods at the 40 will move into the offensive zone. Now the Seahawks will try and settle in and see if they can get their first score of this game. Blocking foul called on the Warriors, so Sarah Woods still with the ball. Seahawks in the offensive end. Woods moving in, backing back out to her left, comes behind the net. Moulton there will hold. Moulton being pressured, ducks the shoulder in, trying to feed middle. Instead, they come back out to Grace Kelly in the corner. Kelly moves left. Instead, they come to the point now to Melanzak. Melanzak spins inside, shoots, blocked away. Great save by Emerson. And Emerson will move behind the net and clear out to Finley Ahern. Devin Duran is bumped at the 40-yard line. Stay Warrior ball. 0-0. Scoreless here. 17 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first half. Duran jogging into the offensive end. Being pressured by Jacqueline Pilati. Now Duran all the way around. Shooting. Blocked away by O'Reilly, and she saves it. Duran looped all the way behind the net, trying to work her way in front and shoot coming into the near side, but O'Reilly was all over that move. Now the Seahawks back on offense. Grace Kelly moves behind the net to Moulton. Find Melanzak. Melanzak. Seahawks trying to work that behind the net action. Instead, they come back out to the point. Sarah Woods moves to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly at the arc. Trying to feed it into the middle of the woods, but that's shut off. So they move out to Mary Ashley Donlin. Donlin with it, cradling. They move to the point. They come to Sarah Woods on the right-hand side. Sarah Woods holding the ball. Almost midway through this first period and still scoreless at 0-0. Seahawks with not many scoring chances. This so far their longest sustained attack in the offensive zone. Sarah Woods ducks the shoulder, tries to drive middle, has the ball slapped at. It's loose in the ground. Whistle away from the ball, and they call it Seahawk ball. Free position shot here, just going wide of the net and out of bounds, and they call Warriors ball. Catherine Moulton trying to go far side up top. Instead, it scoots out of bounds, and the Warriors take over with 15 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first half. Duran tries to clear to Walk. Walk being pressured by Woods, moves to midfield. That pass just wide, though. Amanda Lickett will try and track it down, but it trickles out of bounds. and they rule Seahawk ball. Grace Kelly fakes a pass. Comes back to Tortorici. They come to Mary Ashley Donnellan. Donnellan moving back to the point. Charging strong down the right side. Cradling, being bumped by 2 players, and a foul is called. So Catherine Mealy will take up free position here. Rather, that's Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods fakes the first pass, drives middle, saved by Emerson. Sarah Woods faking the initial shot off the free position, driving just a couple steps to her left and then shooting on goal, but staying strong was Taylor Emerson. 14 minutes and 27 seconds to play here in the first half, still scoreless. Emerson's clear. Come down being bumped and fouled. This Trescott. Karen Trescott fouled at the 30-yard line as the winds continue to howl here at Gaudette Field. Karen Trescott strong down the left side. Takes up position. Moves the ball to Kelsey Burkhardt. They move to Aramita. Aramita, the far left-hand side to Fretz. Fretz feeding behind the net. Now they come back to Trescott. Trescott at the 5 in the far corner. Moving back to the point. Fretz moves to Duran. The far corner, Duran driving strong all the way behind the net, looking for a shot in front. She's blocked off there. She has to come back out to Fretz at the point. Fretz moves to Aramita. Aramita walks towards the arc, now backs back out. Pass comes to Ashley Walk on the right-hand side. Walk spinning. Trying to blitz middle, and they move back out to Aramita. Aramita trying to feed middle. That pass going wide and heading out of bounds. Seahawks will just let it roll out of bounds, and they rule Seahawk ball with 12 minutes and 45 seconds to play here. We're still in a scoreless tie. Seahawks in possession. Jacqueline Pilati moves it to O'Reilly, and she'll clear out to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly lets it bounce once before scooping it up off the ground. She can't control it, though, and Aramita takes it there. They move to Trescott. Trescott, Grace Kelly slaps down on the stick, and they call a foul. Winds howling here at Gaudette Field as we're in a scoreless game with 12 minutes to play in the first half. Meg Aramita with the ball. Creating and moves up to Paige Snyder. Back to Aramita, now Khan. Back to Aramita. Schneider holding. Warriors just moving the ball around the perimeter. Schneider can't handle that close pass, but she scoops it up at the 20-yard line and moves back to Aramita. Warriors just holding at the point, trying to get some off-ball action, but no one's really moving. Seahawks doing a good job of shutting off the cutters. Khan tries to go strong to her right, but she's shut off there, so she backs back out onto the perimeter. Aaron Khan moves behind the net. Trescott fakes coming one way and now moves back to the other. Aramita moves back to Schneider. Paige Schneider moving to her right, spinning back to her left. Now driving strong to the left. She's double teamed, so she holds and backs out. Now tries to charge to the middle at right. Trying to fight around contact. Still cradling. Foul called away from the ball. Offensive foul, so it'll be Seahawk ball. So Seahawks draw the offensive foul. 10 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first half. Still a 0-0 tie. Grace Kelly lobbing up ahead from Melanzak. Melanzak will work her way down the right-hand side. Coming back to the point to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici back to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods fakes the left. Now drives right. Shoots on goal. Blocked away by Emerson. Out of bounds. Nine minutes and 52 seconds to play here in the first half. Sarah Woods with the free position again. Now backs out to the point. Comes to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici fakes to the left. Now moves to the right. Now moves behind the net. Holding there is Gillespie. She moves back to Tortorici. Gina Tortorici at the point. Seahawks trying to get on the board. Centering pass for Sarah Woods is just wide. Ball loose on the ground, trying to fight for it. Foul called on the Warriors, so it'll stay Seahawk ball with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the first half. Sarah Woods holding the ball. Sarah Woods driving in, shooting on the ground, and she scores! Sarah Woods draws first blood for the Seahawks, and it's 1-0 with 9 minutes and 1 second to play in the first half. She sets the pace for the Seahawk club. She now has 19 points on the season. 14 goals and 5 assists through 4.5 games. And they'll have draw control at midfield. With 9 minutes and 1 second to play, Seahawks on the board first. The score is 1-0. Referee's hand is in the air. Draw control coming. Ball loose on the ground, scooped up by the Warriors. Ashley Walk will walk away into the offensive zone. Quickly trying to feed Aramita into the middle, and she gets fouled. And now Meg Aramita will take up free position with a chance to tie and get the 1 point right back. Meg Aramita off the free position. She shoots, blocked away just wide by O'Reilly. O'Reilly must have never touched that ball because they rule Seahawk ball. Shot must have been just wide. And Abigail Tepper will take it and race up the left side. Trying to find Erin Gerard, and ball goes out of bounds. So Warriors ball with 8 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the first half. Salve leading 1-0 off the Sarah Woods goal. Kahn racing up the right side. Passes behind the net. Now Trescott with it. Moves to Walk. Walks past to Fretz. Goes behind her, but she scoops it up and saves it at the 20-yard line. Now comes to the far corner, now behind the net. Meg Aramita holding behind the net. Looking for someone to come open in front. Instead, she moves it back to the other side to Kahn. Kahn holding there. Trying to feed it in the middle. Ball loose on the ground and scooped up by the Seahawks. Kayla Sheehan. Sheehan at the 20. trying to clear into the middle. Sarah Woods saves it, has the ball knocked out of bounds, knocked out of her stick, and it'll be Seahawk ball with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first half. Salve leading 1-0. Sarah Woods moves it to Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie moving up the right side. Comes back to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moving to the point. Sarah Woods holding there. Sarah Woods moves to Catherine Mealy. Mealy back to Tortorici. Tortorici weaving her way into the middle, trying to shoot. Loses control of the ball, and it'll be Warriors ball. 6 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the first half. Paige Snyder now racing into the offensive zone. Passing up ahead, into the middle. Cradling, looking for an open shot, just trying to shovel it in front. Now in front, shooting, and she scores! Tess Mraz. And this game is tied at 1 with 6:19 to play in the first half. Mraz, and that's her first goal of the season, and it ties this game at 1 with 6:19 to play in the first half. And that play really the result of Seahawks not getting back strong on defense. A long outlet pass resulted on basically what was a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Warriors, who win the draw control here at midfield. Ball comes up ahead to Ashley Walk. Walk racing strong all the way into the offensive end, inside the arc, into the middle now, looking for a shot. She backs her way back out, now takes up position behind the net. Ball comes to Mraz, who just scored that last goal. Move to Khan now. Khan back to Duran. Duran to the far corner. Trescott holding behind the net. Trescott spinning, loses control of the ball, scoops it back up, clears back out to the corner to Melissa Baya. Now Khan holding at the point. Khan backs back out and comes to the far side. Ball moved into the corner now. Being held there by Melissa Bai. Bai goes behind the net. Mraz holding there. Moved up to Fretz. Fretz moves to Trescott. Trescott at the arc, looking for an interior shot. She fakes, tries to drive in the middle, has the ball loose on the ground, and Sarah Woods scoops it up. Then Sarah Woods gets bumped. No foul call, though, and she clears out to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly spinning away at the 50-yard line. Grace Kelly trying to race into the offensive end. Grace Kelly slowly jogging now, taking up position on the right-hand side. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the first half. We're tied at 1. Sarah Woods holding at the point. Feeds Catherine Mealy. Mealy moves to Grace Kelly. Kelly moves to Mary Ashley Donnellan. Donnellan holding there. Spinning to her left. Now back to her right. Shut off well, though, by Duran. So they move back to Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie holding, trying to feed middle. Grace Kelly has it. Grace Kelly spinning, shooting, and she scores! Grace Kelly with 3 minutes and 57 seconds to play. Now the referees wipe away the goal. Not sure why. Hard to tell. Can't see the referee signals this far away, but instead of a goal, Grace Kelly takes up free position. Grace Kelly cradling, shooting, blocked away, saved by Emerson. Ball loose in front, and they call Warriors ball. See if we can get an explanation of why the Kelly goal didn't count. So we'll try and get an explanation of why the Kelly goal didn't count. So it's still tied at 1 here with 3:22 to play in the first half. Ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be Seahawk ball.
We were fouled. We also had a foul, so they took away the goal.
So they were offsetting. What I heard here was that they were offsetting fouls on that shot by Kelly. So they disallowed the goal but gave Kelly free position. I think you'd much rather have the goal than getting free position. Either way, the game tied at 1 still with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Grace Kelly trying to get her goal back. Moves to the far left side to Sarah Woods. Woods moves out to Ashley Donnellan. Mary Ashley Donnellan spinning, cradling, being bumped and fouled. So stay Seahawk ball with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to play in the first half. Game tied at 1. Grace Kelly just inside the arc. Trying to duck that right shoulder. She spins to her left now. Shoots on goal and it goes wide and heads out of bounds. Catherine Mealy now with it. Trying to duck the shoulder. Being blocked off well, so she moves back to Caitlin Gillespie. Caitlin Gillespie. Double team, so she backs back out. Moves it to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods to Grace Kelly now. Grace Kelly holding 90 seconds to play here in the first half. Game tied at 1. A Grace Kelly goal just a couple seconds ago was disallowed. Thus we're still tied. Caitlin Gillespie moves back to Grace Kelly. Kelly being swiped at by Ashley Walk. Walk trying to pressure. Walk. Now Kelly driving to her left is bumped and fouled. Grace Kelly now taking up free position. It's just at the top of the small arc. 1:03 to play in the first half. Grace Kelly with free position. Game tied at 1. Kelly driving strong, shooting, and she scores! This time it counts. 2-1 the score with exactly 60 seconds to play in the first half. Grace Kelly's 11th goal of the season. So, Seahawks take the lead 2-1 off the Grace Kelly goal with 60 seconds to play in the first half. Draw control coming at midfield. Referees conferring about something in a group together as they slowly walk towards midfield. Not sure exactly what they were discussing. Either way, the players are set for draw control, and the referee walks over with the ball. And we will have draw control with 60 seconds to play in the first half. Salve, Regina leading 2-1 off of Grace Kelly and Sarah Woods' goals here in the first half. Ball in the air, being fought for, loose in the ground. Catherine Mealy fighting for it. Gina Tortorici fighting for it. She scoops it up, but then has it slapped away. Finally, the Seahawks take control. Grace Kelly with it, and she'll work her way up the right-hand side. Kahn slaps at it, but Can't get Grace Kelly. She moves her into the offensive end, and now she'll take up position behind the net. Catherine Mealy holding. Comes to Gina Tortorici. Jacqueline Pilati now. Moves to the far left-hand side. Carly Melanzak moves back to Pilati. Pilati to Tortorici. Tortorici has the ball slapped at. Stolen momentarily. And then they call a foul on Tortorici for slashing down with the stick. So with 21 seconds to play, Warriors have the ball. Seahawks leading, though, 2-1. Mraz with it at the 30-yard line, moving into the offensive end, trying to feed it in the middle. Kahn scoops it up, loses it. It's in front of the net, and O'Reilly scoops it up, and she will hold the ball with 1 second to play, and O'Reilly will just hold it and let the buzzer sound as we reach halftime with the score. The Seahawks 2, Warriors 1, and we'll take a break. So players returning to the field, 30 minutes on the clock. We have one more half to play here from Gaudette Field. Salve Regina leads Eastern Connecticut by a score of 2-1. Goals being scored by Grace Kelly and Sarah Woods. And the lone goal for the Warriors scored by Tess Mraz. Salve had scored 20 points and 30 points in their past two games. Much more defensive-minded game being played here today. Wonder how much of the elements have to do with that, though Salve was able to put up 13 points and sustain a very strong attack last game in a driving rainstorm. But today, high winds, cold temperatures, clear skies, though, so it's still sunny out there on the field, but definitely a little cold out there in the wind. We'll have draw control at midfield. Ball in the air being fought for, loose on the ground, and scooped up by the Warriors. Aaron Gerard gets called for the bump there, and Warriors keep possession. Underway here in the second half. The score is Salve leading 2-1. Ball being fed in front, spinning, shooting, and being saved. Josephine O'Reilly. Ashley Walk with that shot on goal. And as the Seahawks have been doing lately, limiting teams to one scoring chance, if any, on offensive possessions, getting the rebound and clearing out and getting back on the attack quickly. Salve with their first offensive opportunity of this half. Moulton spinning and passes to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly controlling at the 25, moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici ducks the shoulder down, drives to her right, fakes a shot, backs back out towards the arc. Foul away from the ball. Seahawks still in possession. Gina Tortorici taking up free position way outside the arc. Moves to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly trailing, trying to shoot on net. Has it deflected. And Ashley Walk will take it. Work her way up the left side. So both teams one and done on their offensive possessions to start the half. Ashley Walk, her pass deflected. Back into the defensive zone. Scooping up there. Trying to scoop it up is a Warrior player, Olivia Mullen, who gets hit. Spun around and hits the deck hard. Mullen moves it to Walk. Walk being bumped by Sarah Woods at the 45. Now Ashley Walk will take up position. Ashley Walk charging into the offensive end. Moves to the far side. Now trying to feed in front, shooting, deflected high and out of bounds. That shot coming from Paige Snyder. Stick save by Josephine O'Reilly. Paige Snyder with it. Moving back behind the net. Ball moved in front. Shot scored. Erin Kahn, and we're tied at 2 with 27 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half. Second half, rather. That's Kahn's 8th goal of the season. She ties this game at 2. With 27 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the second half. Draw control coming at midfield. Jacqueline Pilati on the draw for the Seahawks. Ball in the air. Being fought for, loose on the ground. Ashley Walk fighting for it. She comes away with it. Spins away from contact and races into the offensive end. Ashley Walk moves behind the net. Meg Aramita with it there. We have a whistle and a call. And they award the Seahawks the ball. Offensive foul on the Warriors. So Mary Ashley Donlin with it. Donlin racing up the right-hand side. Moving to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods passes on up ahead for Melanzak. Melanzak can't handle the pass, but she scoops it up on the far right-hand side. Moves to Gina Tortorici. Seahawks settle into the offensive end. Tortorici moves to Sarah Woods. Woods moves behind the net. Melanzak with it there. Moving back to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods faking the pass, now driving strong down the right side, shooting, and she scores! Sarah Woods! And the Seahawks take back the lead, 3-2. Woods' 15th goal of the season comes with 25 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the second half of this game. So 3-2 the score here with 25 minutes and 48 seconds to play. Draw control coming at midfield. Referee's arm is in the air. Signal is given. Draw control. Ball in the air. Being fought for. Gina Tortorici has it. Loses it momentarily. Now the Warriors have it. Ashley Walk fighting for it. Ball still loose on the ground. Walk scoops it up. Moves it on up ahead. Aramita spinning into the middle. Looking for a shot. She's blocked there, so she spins back to the outside. Trying to feed middle. Now back out towards the point. Aramita moves to Trescott. Sarah Woods, Grace Kelly rather, hits the ground. Shot in front, blocked away by O'Reilly. O'Reilly fighting for the ball. It scoots behind the net. Warriors still in position. Grace Kelly hit the ground hard. No whistle and play continued. Kahn holding the ball. Now moves to Paige Schneider. Schneider. Back to Kahn. Kahn calling out a signal. Seahawks with a 3-2 lead. Schneider fakes a pass, drives right, spins around Pilati into the middle, has the ball slapped at, it's loose on the ground, scooped up by the Seahawks, still loose on the ground, but now taken by Schneider. Schneider runs over a woman, shoots just wide of the net, and it'll head out of bounds. Warriors still with the ball. Erin Kahn sprinting now, looking, shooting, and she scores! Erin Kahn ties the game at 3. "24 minutes and 7 seconds to play here in the second half, and we are tied. So we're tied once again. 24 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the second half. Erin Kahn with her 9th goal of the season. 2 already in this game. Draw control coming at midfield. Sarah Woods fighting for it with Kahn. Ball loose on the ground. Kahn scoops it up. Moves back to the D. Ball loose on the ground. Carly Melanzak fighting for it, and she fouls Schneider. It'll be Warriors ball. Duran racing into the offensive end. Two Seahawks hit the ground. Ashley Donnellan and Tortorici both hit the ground. They rule Warriors ball with 23 minutes and 35 seconds to play here in the second half. Free position coming now for the Warriors. Cradling, looking for a shot, shooting, saved by O'Reilly. Ball loose in front and then scooped up by the Seahawks. Ball comes to Carly Melanzak. Melanzak passes on up ahead to Tepper. Tepper, alone in the offensive end, spins, now moves back out to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly looking for a shot. Nothing there, so she backs back out. Moves to Sarah Woods. Woods hands to Tortorici. Tortorici fakes the interior pass, backs back out, spins to her left, now back to her right. Ball loose on the ground. She doesn't see it. She's fighting for it with Schneider. And Schneider gets called for the foul. Fighting for it with Duran, rather. And she has to back out of the zone. Tortorici inside the arc. Circles back out. Now moves to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly ducks the shoulder. Spins into the mid of the field. Her shot just wide. Goes behind the net. Carly Melanzak trying to save it there. They rule Seahawk ball as it trickled out of bounds. Carly Melanzak moves behind the net to Moulton. Kick back out to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly looking for an opening. Instead, moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici finds Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods shot scored! Sarah Woods' third goal of the game gives the Seahawks a 4-3 lead with 21 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the second half.
Salve, Regina goal scored by number 21, Sarah Woods.
16 goals and counting now on the season for Sarah Woods. And anytime you can get Sarah Woods isolated in the middle, 5 feet from the net, that is a great play and great setup if you're the Seahawks. Seahawks 4-3 lead. Game opening up a bit here. We had pretty much a defensive battle the first half. A little more offense here in the second half. Four goals scored already. Four goals scored already in the span of 9 minutes. 3 goals all of the first half. 21 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Seahawks lead 4-3. Warriors in possession. Ashley Walk charging into the offensive end. Now looking for position behind the net. Walk on the far left-hand side. Moves back behind the net to Michaela Whitehouse. Whitehouse holding there. Moving back to Kahn. Kahn holding. Kahn fakes her left. Now spins back to her right. Shot on goal. Saved by O'Reilly. And O'Reilly will hold. Look for a clear. Creative move by Kahn to create open space, but O'Reilly all over that. Clearing pass to Sarah Woods will trickle out of bounds, and they rule Warriors ball. So Karen Trescott holding the ball deep in Seahawk territory. She'll move in behind the net. Seahawks with the lead, 4-3. 3 goals in this game from Sarah Woods, 1 from Grace Kelly. 20 minutes and 7 seconds to play here in the second half. Erin Kahn holding. Trying to find Trescott in front of the net. She's shut off, so she moves back to the point. Walk fakes her right. Now ducks the shoulder into the left. Cradling, shooting, and she scores! Ashley Walk ties the game at 4. Walk weaving into the offensive end, right in front of the net. Josephine O'Reilly guessed left. Walk went the other way, and this game is tied at 4. 19 minutes and 42 seconds to play. Walk's third goal of the season. She's tied this game at 4. 19 minutes and 42 seconds to play. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball on the ground picked up by Sarah Woods. Pass to Carly Melanzak is deflected. Ball loose on the ground, and Sarah Woods slaps down and gives the foul on Devin Duran. And Duran will take the ball now. Clearing pass, knocked away. Ball loose on the ground, still being fought for. Trescott has it. Trescott, spinning away from contact, gets fouled. Trescott at midfield waits for the whistle. Now move into the offensive end. Trescott gets bumped by Tortorici, and they call the foul. Trescott will start again. Working away on the right side, now feeding behind the net. Ball on the left side, they move to the far left point. Erin Kahn holding there. They tried to feed it behind the net. Ball will trickle out of bounds, and they rule Seahawk ball with 18 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the second half. This game tied at 4. Josephine O'Reilly looking for a clear, being pressured with Kahn right in her face. Finds Gina Tortorici. Move her up to Jacqueline Pilati. Pilati scooped off the ground by Carly Melanzak. Melanzak now in the offensive end at the 10-yard line. Moves to Abigail Tepper. Now Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly driving strong to her left, to the side of the net. Now will take up position behind the net, but they call a foul. And Grace Kelly will take up free position. Grace Kelly with a goal already in this game. Free position coming here. Grace Kelly cradles, shoots, blocked away by Emerson. Ball loose in front, being fought for. Grace Kelly looking to get control of it, but the goalie, Emerson, moved behind the net and scooped it up herself. Now she clears to Olivia Mullen. Mullen, avoiding contact from Grace Kelly, spins to her right, cradling to her left, clears to midfield, taken there by Walk. Walk moves on up ahead to Duran. Amanda Will, rather, in the game for the first time that I've seen. Ball moved behind the net to Kahn. She moves out to the point. Trescott holding there. Back to Paige Schneider. Game tied at 4 with 17 minutes to play in the second half. Schneider spinning away from contact. Now spins back to her right. In the front. Shooting, and she scores! Paige Schneider scores. And now the Warriors take the lead. 5-4 with 16 minutes and 53 seconds to play. Much the way Ashley Walk did, Schneider just spinning one way, weaving her way in the offensive end. Able to sneak it past Josephine O'Reilly. On the far side, just inside the post. And the Warriors take a 5-4 lead. Warriors 1 goal in the first half, already 4 goals midway through this second half. Draw control coming at midfield. That goal is Paige Snyder's 5th of the season. Erin Kahn has the ball, and she's tripped up by Sarah Woods. It'll be Warriors ball. Kahn moves to Walk. Walk spinning away from contact. Walk strong into the offensive end down the right side. Walk takes up position behind the net. Now moves to the far left-hand side. Walk trying to feed in front. Ball loose in the ground. Salve player hits the floor, but no foul is called. They move back to Erin Kahn. Erin Kahn at the point, holding. Warriors in control now, up 5-4 with 16 minutes to play in the second half. Offensive foul is called, so they say Seahawk ball. 15 minutes and 52 seconds to play. Josephine O'Reilly holding, looking for a clear. She comes to the left-hand side to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly on the near side moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici spinning to the middle. Her pass deflected. She has it right back, though, and gets bumped and fouled at the 35-yard line. Sarah Woods holding at midfield. Pass up ahead, picked up off the ground by Erin Gerard. Gerard charging into the offensive end, backing back out, looking for support. Moves to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods at the arc. Woods ducks the shoulder, drives strong to her right, shut off by Trescott. Woods moves back to Gina Tortorici at the point. Tortorici ducks the shoulder, gets double teamed, backs back out, starts to drive again, backs out again, moves to Grace Kelly here on the near side. Grace Kelly looking for an interior pass, but has the ball slapped out by Paige Schneider, and Schneider moves to Trescott, and the Warriors take away the ball. Olivia Mullen with the ball. And a foul on the Seahawks. It'll be Warriors ball with 14 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the second half. Warriors leading by 1, 5-4. Off the Paige Snyder goal. DDD pass for the Warriors. They try to work to midfield. Charging at the 50-yard line is Finley Ahern. Ahern moves it up ahead to Walk. Walk trying to feed it back to Kahn. Kahn slashing into the middle. Blocked off and double teamed, so they come back out to Walk on the far right-hand side. Warriors like to get into the offensive zone fast and try and get quick shots. Good job of the Seahawks by double teaming Kahn in very close on the net. Ball comes to Trescott. Trescott moves to Walk. Walk back behind the net. Melissa Bayo with it behind the net. Moves it instead out to the point. Schneider holding there. Moving back to Amanda Will. Will moves to Trescott. Trescott was all alone. Can't handle the pass, and the Seahawks have the ball. Caitlin Gillespie gets bumped and fouled. Amanda Lakett, rather, gets bumped and fouled. Now Gina Tortorici with it. Passes on up ahead for Carly Melanzak. Melanzak has Tepper to her left. Melanzak racing in the offensive end, looking for something. Ball comes to the middle. Sarah Woods with it. Sarah Woods gets knocked over, and that'll draw a foul. Seahawks trailing by 1 with 13 minutes to play. 5-4 the score. Sarah Woods taking up free position. Sarah Woods with 3 goals already in this game for the Seahawks. Free position shot coming here. Woods shoots, blocked away by Emerson, headed out of bounds. It'll stay Seahawk ball. Seahawks with the ball, trailing by 1. Carly Melanzak holding behind the net. Seahawks working the behind the net play. They come to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moves to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly on the right-hand side, trying to feed it in front. Shot, blocked away, loose in front, trickled across the crease. The ball is still loose in the ground. Being fought for with Sarah Woods. Ball is still loose in the ground. No one in clear possession. Still loose in the ground. Finally scooped up by Gina Tortorici. She loses it. It's in the air. Bedlam right now in front of the net. Ball still loose on the ground. Officials stop play. The whistle. Foul on the Warriors. Crazy sequence there. Ball was sitting maybe an inch away from rolling in the net. And now Sarah Woods takes up free position once again. Seahawks trailing by 1, 5-4 with 11:55 to play. Sarah Woods, Deeks, she shoots, and it's saved by Emerson. And Emerson's clear is going to trickle out of bounds. So Seahawks still in possession, trailing by 1, 5-4 with 11.5 minutes to play in the second half. Sarah Woods moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici trying to feed it in front. Instead, it comes to the far corner. A lot of stick fighting. Abigail Tepper trying to fight for it. Sarah Woods comes in, and now foul again on the Warriors. Abigail Tepper fighting with Olivia Mullen for the ball in the far corner. Tepper moves to Woods. Woods moves to the middle. She shoots and she scores! Sarah Woods ties the game at 5 with 11 minutes to play in the second half. Woods' 17th goal of the season, her 4th goal of this game, and we are tied at 5 with 11 minutes to play. Abigail Tepper with the assist on that goal. And that had to be probably the best offensive sequence for the Seahawks in this game. Long sustained attack, continued to try and work it in the middle, draw fouls, get free position, fight for loose balls. That's how you play winning lacrosse, and Sarah Woods ties the game at 5. Seahawks rewarded for their hard work. Game tied at 5 with 11 minutes left to play. Draw control coming at midfield. Catherine Mealy fighting for it, and the Seahawks take possession right back here on the attack. Carly Melanzak holding, trying to feed it into the middle. Ball loose in the ground. Still loose in the ground. Players fighting for it, and the Warriors come away with the ball. Erin Kahn with it, moving strong down the left side. Kahn racing into the offensive end, in the middle, shooting, and she scores! Erin Kahn answers right back. And the Warriors take a 6-5 lead. Timeout, Salve Regina will take it as Erin Kahn gives the Warriors a 6-5 lead with 10:27 to play. So players return to the field out of the timeout. 10:27 to play. Warriors with the 6-5 advantage. And really, the Warriors have done a good job of getting quick scoring chances before the Seahawks can set their defense. That's where most of their offense has been generated. A couple scores coming off sustained attack and good individual efforts by Walk and Schneider, but you get Kahn racing full speed into the offensive zone, you better get back quick. And Aaron Kahn gives the Warriors a 6-5 lead, 10:27 to play. Draw control coming at midfield, see if the Seahawks can answer right back. Sarah Woods has control of the ball, gets bumped. Foul gets called. Sarah Woods moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moves to Carly Melanzak. Melanzak holding. Moving back to the point. Sarah Woods holding there. Woods moves to Mealy. Mealy back to Abigail Tepper. Tepper, strong, into the middle on the right side. Loses the ball. It's loose in the ground and scooped up by the Warriors. Jordan Beredin. Grace Kelly with the steal. Kelly finds Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods trying to move in the middle and draw contact, which she does. Now Sarah Woods takes up free position. Seahawks trailing by 1, 6-5. Sarah Woods, Deeks, shoots, saved by Emerson. Abigail Tepper almost had the steal there on the Emerson clear. Instead, Walk with it at the 30-yard line, being pressured and bumped by Gina Tortorici. 9 minutes and 7 seconds to play here in the second half. Seahawks trail by 1, 6-5. Catherine Mealy gives the foul on Ashley Walk. Walk, pass broken up and stolen by the Seahawks. And then hitting the deck hard is Grace Kelly. Seahawks remain in possession of the ball. Grace Kelly moves to Abigail Tepper. Tepper can't handle the pass, but now she does. Passes back to Grace Kelly. Moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici will walk it into the offensive end. Move to Sarah Woods. Woods back to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly moves to Abigail Tepper. Tepper has the ball slapped at, loose on the ground, and taken away and stolen by the Warriors. Here comes Olivia Mullen. Mullen loses control of it. Still loose on the ground. Aaron Kahn fighting for it. They rule foul on Aaron Kahn, so it'll be Seahawk ball. Seahawks quickly inbound and move to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly jogs into the offensive end. Being pressured there by Schneider. Kelly spinning back to her right. Moves to Mealy. Mealy down the right side. Looking to go middle with it. Instead, she backs back out. Cradles and moves to Grace Kelly. 7.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Seahawks still trail by 1, 6-5. Trying to tie the game on this possession. Gina Tortorici holding. Tortorici moves to Abigail Tepper. Tepper kicks back out to Mealy. Return to Tepper. Tepper to Tortorici. Tortorici looking for an opening. Strong down the right side. Bounce on the ground. Ball headed out of bounds. They rule Seahawk ball. And Gina Tortorici may get a free position shot here. Which she does. So Gina Tortorici takes up free position with 6 minutes and 52 seconds to play. Salve trailing by 1, 6-5. Tortorici shoots, saved by Emerson. She clears out to Walk, but Walk can't handle it. Ball's loose on the ground. Sarah Wood's fighting for it, and she comes away with the ball. She has slapped that ball loose on the ground. They call a foul on the Seahawks. So Tess Mraz, who scored a goal earlier for the Warriors in this game, has the ball now, and she crosses midfield. Mraz works all the way across the field, splits a double team, and now fights in the offensive end, being pressured by Grace Kelly, and they call a foul on Grace Kelly. Six minutes to play here in the second half. Salve trailing by 1, 6-5. Mraz moves left side to Khan. Khan shoots. Saved by O'Reilly. Ball trickling towards the corner. Players collide. And they rule Seahawk ball. Five and a half minutes to play. Seahawks trailing by 1. O'Reilly clears to center field, taken away and stolen by the Warriors. They find girl in the middle. She spins. She looks for a shot, and she scores! That looked like Michaela Whitehouse. Michaela Whitehouse, it looked like. She scores. And this game is a 2-goal game now. 7-5 Warriors with 5:21 to play. Yep, that goal to Michaela Whitehouse. Seahawks find themselves down by 2 with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to play. Draw control coming at midfield. That goal was Whitehouse's first of the season. Giving the Warriors a bit of insurance here with 5:21 to play. Now the Seahawks can score goals in bunches, as we've seen recently. Not so much today, though. This has been a very strong defensive-minded game. Seahawks find themselves down by 2. Draw control coming at midfield. 5:21 to play. Ball loose in the air, taken by Erin Kahn. Kahn moves to Schneider. Schneider, avoiding contact, moves into the offensive end. Ball loose on the ground, headed out of bounds. Saved there, though, by the Warriors. Move now to Meg Arenita. Stumbling over these names now. Aramita holds behind the net. Moves back to Trescott. The Warriors are going to be content to run clock and move the ball around the perimeter here. 4.5 minutes to play in the second half. Ball loose on the ground, but they call a foul on the Seahawks. Clock rolling with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Salve trailing by 2, 7-5. Warriors in possession of the ball, though. Whitehouse, who scored the insurance goal in this game, works away behind the net. Strong down the right-hand side, trying to pass back out to the middle, and it's stolen and taken away by the Seahawks. Moved up to head to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moves to Tepper. Tepper spinning, racing at midfield, moves it on up ahead to Melanzak. Melanzak strong down the right side. Melanzak to the middle, looking for a shot. She shoots and she scores! Carly Melanzak makes this a 1-goal game. 3.5 minutes to play in the second half. Melanzak's first goal of this game, her 4th goal of the season. The Seahawks are right back in this. Timeout called by the Warriors. Will take it with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in a 1-goal game. So Carly Melanzak gets the Seahawks back within one, 7-6, with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play here in this game. A cold and windy afternoon here at Gaudette Field. And we're going to be in for a fantastic finish here. 1-goal game, 3 minutes, 37 seconds left to play. Draw control coming at midfield. Kahn fighting for it with Sarah Woods, and Kahn wins the draw. Being double-teamed and pressured. Salve extending their pressure, trying to get a quick steal. Ball comes to Aramita. Aramita moves it up ahead to Walk. Walk. Now will trot into the offensive end for the Warriors. Walk takes up position behind the net. Moves to Trescott. Trescott all alone, standing behind the Salve net. 3 minutes to play in the second half. Salve trailing by 1, 7-6, trying to get the ball back. Warriors holding the ball far out on the perimeter. Warriors trying to play keep away. Salve fighting for the ball. Sarah Woods almost had the steal. Instead, they call a foul. Actually, it looked like Kayla Sheehan almost came away with the steal there. And Sheehan will trot over to the scorer's table. Warriors with the ball, 2.5 minutes to play. Salve trying to get a steal here. Erin Kahn holding. Spinning back to her left. Warriors holding the ball on the perimeter. Ball loose on the ground. Being fought for. Knocked to the ground. There's a Salve player. So Salve will get possession of the ball. Looked like Mary Ashley Donnellan fighting there. So Seahawks have the ball. 2 minutes to play in a 1-goal game. 7-6. Salve trying to tie this game. Carly Melanzak can't handle a pass. Now she does. Being triple teamed, she moves it on up ahead down the right side. It's Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie down the right side. Gillespie spins, reverses field, now behind the net. Gillespie spinning away from contact. 90 seconds left to play. Ball loose on the ground. Grace Kelly takes it there. Salve trailing by 1, 7-6. Carly Melanzak back to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly behind the net. Being pressured, Grace Kelly in the middle. She scoops it, she scores! Grace Kelly ties the game at 7 with 1:19 to play. So when it looked like the Warriors may have had this game in the bag, insurance goal with 3 minutes to play, Seahawks answer right back. Goals by Melanzak and Kelly tie this game at 7 with 1:19 to play.
Assisted by number 2, Carly Melanzak.
So with the sun setting and the moon rising on the far side of Gaudette Field, we have 1:19 left to play in the second half in a tie game. Draw control at midfield. Ball loose on the ground. Being fought for. Still no one in control. Ball still loose on the ground. No one in control. Out on the far side of the field. Heading out of bounds. Gina Tortorici takes it and she gets fouled. They call an offensive foul though. Seahawks were in possession of the ball on the far side. They rule Warriors ball. 1:04 to play in the second half. Game tied at 7. Warriors in the offensive zone. Spinning behind the net. Ball coming to Fretz. Fretz move to Walk. Whistle from the far side official. Not sure what the call is here. It looks like they're giving free position to Karen Trescott. Trescott at the top of the arc with free position coming with 50 seconds to play. Josephine O'Reilly staring at Trescott. Trescott moves to Khan. Khan cradle shoots, saved by O'Reilly. 42 seconds to play. Seahawks with the ball. Trying to win this game right here. Carly Melanzak. Melanzak, strong, up the right side, trying to feed Abigail Tepper. Instead, comes to Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie runs into contact. Offensive foul is called. Offensive foul called on Catherine Mealy. Golden opportunity there for the Seahawks to try and win this game in regulation. Grace Kelly gives a hard foul with 25 seconds to play. Paige Snyder spinning away from contact. Gina Tortorici coming over to pressure and whacks Snyder in the head with her stick. Gina Tortorici given the yellow card, and she's going to come over and take a seat. 18 seconds to play. Game tied at 7. Paige Schneider with the ball. Grace Kelly pressuring. Schneider just inside the arc. Spins to her right. Gets bumped. Hits the deck. They call a foul. One official was pointing one way, one pointing the other way. We'll see what they call here. They have a draw control. Ball loose on the ground. Call a foul on the Seahawks. 3 seconds to play. Ball being held on the far side by Meg Aramita. Aramita trying to feed in front. Seahawks scoop away the ball. Time expires in the half, and we are headed for overtime. Game tied at 7. So about 30 seconds away from the start of overtime. It's a 6-minute overtime, 2 3-minute periods. If we don't yet still have a victor after that, play 6 minutes of a sudden death overtime. So Seahawks found themselves down by 2 with around 3.5 minutes to play, and goals by Carly Melanzak and Grace Kelly tied the game at 7. And that's how we're here. Overtime from Gaudette Field as the temperatures continue to drop and the wind continues to howl. But we still have draw control coming at midfield. It was 36 degrees at the start of this game. Wind making it feel like it was in the low 20s. I'm sure that number is far lower now, as the moon is higher in the sky than the sun at this point. Draw control at midfield. Sarah Woods fighting for it with Kahn. Ball loose on the ground and scooped up by Ashley Walk. Walk, strong down the right side. Walk to the front of the net, shoots, and she scores! Ashley Walk scores off the draw, and it's 8-7. Walk all on her own, weaving her way into the offensive zone and around players. Shot on goal scoring. 15 seconds into the overtime period. And the 8 goals scored here today by the Warriors is their season high for a game. Draw control at midfield once again. Sarah Woods fighting for it, and she takes it and will work down the left side. Seahawks trying to answer back. Sarah Woods moves to Carly Melanzak. Melanzak moves to Gillespie. Gillespie holding behind the net. Back to Melanzak. Melanzak to Abigail Tepper. Tepper to Sarah Woods. Woods driving strong to her left. Now taking up position behind the net. Move to Catherine Mealy. Mealy to her right. Trying to feed to the point. Taken there by Abigail Tepper. Tepper. Backing back out. Looking for a centering pass. Nothing there. Comes to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici. Out beyond the arc. Ducks the shoulder now. Backs back out. Minute 49 to play in the first of 2 3-minute halves here in overtime. Tortorici trying to feed Sarah Woods just off the mark. Ball loose on the ground and taken by Ashley Walk. Walk spinning around from contact. Walk stutter steps down the left side, getting bumped by Gina Tortorici on her way. Now Walk stops just at midfield. Passes back. Ball loose on the ground, being fought for amongst Salve, Regina, and the Warriors, and they call a foul on the Warriors. Foul called on Rosemaria Ricobono. Sarah Woods cradling the ball, crossing the 30-yard line. Salve trailing by 1, 8-7, with 1:17 to play. Woods to Gerard. Gerard to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly moves back to Erin Gerard. Back to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods back dangerously. Ball loose on the ground. Foul called on Olivia Mullen. Salve still in possession, trailing by 1 here with 50 seconds to play in the first overtime half. Carly Melanzak behind the net. Moves to Gillespie. Gillespie being guarded by Schneider. Moves back out to Grace Kelly on the far right-hand side. Kelly spinning away. Tortorici in the middle. Spins. Looking for a centering pass. Comes to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods gets knocked to the ground. They call a foul. .27 seconds to play in the first overtime period. Free position on the right side now here for Salve. Giuseppe moving and shooting, and she scores! Caitlin Gillespie ties the game at 8. Caitlin Gillespie, her 4th goal of the season.
Scored by number 8, Caitlin Gillespie.
Game tied at 8 with 25 seconds to play in the first overtime period. Lights now coming to life here at Gaudette Field. Wind howling, temperatures plummeting. 25 seconds to play in the first overtime period. Game tied at 8. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball in the air. Now loose on the ground being fought for. Erin Kahn has it. It's slapped away. Still loose on the ground at midfield. And Gina Tortorici takes it away. Tortorici moves on up ahead trying to bounce pass to Abigail Tepper. Tepper can't control it. And it's taken by the Warriors. Fretz back in her own zone. Nicole Fretz holding. Moves it to Rosemary Riccobono. Riccobono trying to clear out to midfield. And the horn sounds, so the first of 2 3-minute overtime periods is over. Players will swap sides of the field. 3 minutes on the clock to try and decide this game. So if no one scores in these 3 minutes, or if the game is still tied at the end of these 3 minutes, they'll play another 6-minute overtime, in which the next goal would win. Draw control coming at midfield in an 8-8 game. Sarah Woods fighting for it. Ball loose on the ground. Almost taken by the Seahawks, now taken by Jacqueline Pilati. Pilati is being slapped at, has the ball loose on the ground, and it's taken by the Warriors. Mraz moves to Erin Kahn. Erin Kahn ducks the shoulder down the right-hand side. Kahn loses the ball, and Josephine O'Reilly scoops it up, shuffles it out to the corner. Seahawks still fighting for it, and Kahn takes the ball back, but Sarah Woods has the ball, and she gets fouled behind the net. Salve had to be holding its breath there. Erin Kahn, alone on the right-hand side, isolated against Josephine O'Reilly, but she couldn't control the ball. Instead, Salve with the ball now. 2:26 to play in this second overtime period. Gina Tortorici's outlet pass is broken up and stolen, but she gets it right back, and now will race down the right side, move up ahead to Carly Malinzak. Carly Malinzak moves to Caitlin Gillespie. Shot in the middle. Malinzak all alone, crowd oohing and eyeing. Malinzak looked like she had an open shot. 3 players, though, crowding the front of the net. 1:51 to play. Erin Gerard holding. Trying to feed it into the middle to Sarah Woods. Trying to feed Abigail Tepper, rather. And now Abigail Tepper takes up free position with 1:41 to play. Referee's hands in there, gives it to Tepper, shoots just wide, and she misses. They still say it's Salve ball, though. Salve with the ball, 1:37 to play. Ball comes to the middle. Sarah Woods slashing, shooting, saved by Emerson. Ball loose in front, taken by Grace Kelly. Moves to Caitlin Gillespie. Back to Carly Malinzak. Malinzak. Double team comes, so she spins away and moves back out to the point. 1:13 to play. Sarah Woods moves to Gina Tortorici. Foul called in front on the Warriors. 1:09 to play. Game tied at 8 in the second overtime period. And Grace Kelly taking up free position. Grace Kelly trying to be the hero here for the Seahawks. Grace Kelly holding, shooting, blocked, saved by Emerson. Ball still loose in front. Kelly hit the ground. Kelly still up now, finally getting to her feet. Meanwhile, the Warriors racing up the right-hand side. Warriors in the offensive zone all the way in. Walk being pressured. Shot comes in the middle, shot scored! Tess Mraz scores with 45 seconds to play. You could see that developing as Ashley Walk was sprinting into the offensive zone. You could see she had 2 or 3 options open. Walk decided to take it in herself, move down the right side, kick back out to Mraz. Mraz all alone. And that's the result of a lot of traffic in front of the net off the Kelly free position. And that's really what's killed the Seahawks in this game. A couple of opportunities they've given up where they just couldn't get back in time. Warriors like to try and score fast at the beginning of their possessions. Warriors with the 9-8 lead. 45 seconds to play in overtime. What a turn. You had Grace Kelly with free position. Shot misses and Tess Mraz comes back down and scores what could be the game-winning goal for the Warriors, who are trying to get their first win of the season. Draw control at midfield. Sarah Woods fighting for it. Ball loose on the ground. Still loose on the ground. Foul away from the ball, and they say Warriors ball. Devin Duran with it, racing down the right side. 33 seconds to play. Duran being pressured, moves back to Trescott. Trescott just running away from contact. Warriors trying to play keep away here. Ball loose on the ground, scooped up by Gina Tortorici. She doesn't get fouled. Ball still heading out of bounds. Salve trying to give a foul. They rule Warriors ball with 15 seconds to play. Nicole frets. Frets spinning away. Salve trying to double, force a pass away. Ashley Walk holding there. She sprints away. 6 seconds to play. 5 seconds to play. 3, 2, 1, 0. And the horn will sound. And the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors earn their first victory of the season. They beat Salve Regina in overtime 9-8 off a Tess Mraz goal. So the Seahawks fall 9-8. They fall to 2-3 on the season. Eastern Connecticut gets their first win of the season. They improve to 1-4. Salve Regina, this game was a dogfight from the very beginning. Teams went back and forth. No one really taking control. Salve trailed 7-5 with about 3.5 minutes to play in the second period. 2 quick goals by Carly Melanzak and Grace Kelly forced overtime, but it just wasn't enough as they fall 9-8. And really, most of the scoring opportunities that came for Eastern Connecticut came on very quick scoring chances. Quick scoring chances where Seahawks just couldn't get back defensively, and they gave up some very quick goals, most notably to Khan, and that time the game-winning goal at Tess Mraz. So as I said, Seahawks fall 9-8. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew, and to you for listening. The Seahawks next face Rhode Island College in the 5th game of this 7-game homestand this Tuesday at 4:30. You can hear the entire call of that game right here on Ustream. Until then, I am Andrew Pizzelli, and thank you for listening.